Hello guys and good evening. This is Pilgrim Traders. My name is Sunday. We are here for our midweek analysis. This is a time when we look at our pre-week analysis and see if anything has changed, if we need to change our bias or if we need to make any amendments to our bias. I'm just going to go through what we discussed last time, then we'll try to look at what the chart is doing at the moment. This will help us to know if we are continuing with our direction. Now, remember we are looking at Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. This pair is what we are concentrating on. There are other pairs, up to 28 pairs of forex that can be traded. I advise new traders that you focus on one pair, understand what is going on there before you hop into another pair. Even if you are trading, even when you're trading, you need to focus on a pair, follow it through until when there is no more opportunity in that pair, you can look for another pair. This helps to give you a focus and a sense of direction, because it is very, very necessary in trading that you maintain your focus. So, recall that last Saturday, which was our pre-week analysis, that we made mention that we will be taking a buy. Okay, we said we're going to take it here. Remember, during the weekend, the chart was here. Our prediction was that it was going to come down here, range here, before it start going up. When it comes here, it will do a little range and then keep on going. However, it didn't do exactly what we said. However, the pattern or the setup is still intact. What happened was that when the week began, the trade went up from here to go to this area and began to range. When it began to range, then it has started pulling back. We are still very much going ahead with our bias, which is that by the time we are waiting for this trade, it's going to come down to here. It might be down to this area. It might just be below this range here. We're just looking for a range around here. Once that range happens, we begin to gain our entry. When we gain our entry, the minimum now is no longer here. The minimum now is here. So I'm going to remove this. See where our minimum will now be around here. So that this is where we take our first profit. That is our first minimum. Then maximum here. I want to repeat it. What we are waiting for here is for, it had already started pulling back. Pull back to an area around here. When it pulled back to an area around, we're expecting a pullback to somewhere here before it will start going up. Now, when it comes down here and range, we begin to enter. It doesn't matter your time frame. Once it gets there, we say buy should be activated. When buy is activated, if you're entering in your 1 minute, your trade set up to enter, your trigger set up to enter. If it is 5 minutes, if it is 1 hour, 15 minutes, 4 hours or whatever, just looking for your trigger setup for entry. That is what you do there. It doesn't matter whichever time frame you're trading. Now, if you enter this trade around here thinking that it is leaving, that is what we call chasing. You don't chase a trade. If you chase a trade, you're likely going to lose money. Say when you chase, you just imagine when a car is moving, you want to board in a bus or you want to get into a car. The car didn't stop for you, it kept moving. If you try to get into that car, you will enjoy yourself. Now, the car reverses and comes back to you and you get in. That is safer. Always wait for the trade to come to you. Don't chase the trade. If you chase the trade, you're likely going, sorry to use that word. So, but it's very important that you're patient enough to wait for the trade to come to an area where you're comfortable to get in. So that is our idea for this week. We'll be meeting again in our pre-week analysis on Saturday. I know you might have questions, comments, or what you would want us to add to this our analysis. Please feel free to comment. Ensure you subscribe, like, and share. It is very, very important that you do so that as soon as we post our videos, it will get to you. Make sure you comment, ask questions. It can be very difficult and tasking for a new trader to get to the level of profitability. You can only do this by being inquisitive, by asking questions and clarification. Guys, see you in our pre-week analysis. And always remember that at Pilgrim Traders, we use godly principles in our trading. Whatever we share with you are tested strategies. We will not tell you lies here. Remain blessed. Bye.